I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order at 7:32. We can start with approval of the meeting notes from last time. Is there a motion to approve?
I motion to approve the May meeting minutes.
I second.
Okay. Then I guess Melissa
Yep.
and Christina.
Yep.
And I also say yes, so meeting minutes approved. All right, so public participation. I see we have a Chris K on the line. There's something you'd like to say, Chris? Hi.
Hi all. Yeah, so Chris Kern. I live at 580 Salem Street. So I remember attending a meeting before, and we discussed that there was a bill that was proposed, or I guess we were discussing if we were going to endorse the bill, but basically it was on curbside recycling for multi-unit family apartments. From what I recall, the bill seemed a little vague and not like something that would be, a good idea, but hard to support without like more information. So I was curious on that note if there was further traction on a bill like that, or a bill that we could potentially have multi-unit apartments be able to recycle.
Yeah, so that was brought forward as a bylaw at the last town meeting in a month or so ago. And unfortunately, it wasn't voted upon because the person who submitted it wasn't there to present it. I don't know why, but they just didn't show up. So they, the town decided that they couldn't move forward or vote on it because they didn't have enough information. So unfortunately, it didn't go anywhere. But I think, it's something that we can look into for another town meeting with a little bit more, planning and information out there so people can understand what they're voting on. Because previously we tried to go a different route, talking to the health department and the health committee board, the health board, board of health, that's what they're called. So we had talked to them about like dumpster permits and having that be a way of forcing the issue of if you want to get a dumpster permit, you have to supply recycling. But that would only be, I guess that could be for existing buildings if they wanted to get, I think the permits need to be renewed or something like that. So that was one avenue we were going down. It didn't go anywhere. Health department wasn't really receptive. We tried several times to kind of get there, get it going and move forward, and it didn't really go anywhere. So we were psyched to see something go into town meeting. Again, didn't go anywhere. So
yeah,
we haven't really come back to the subject because we've kind of been busy on other things. But it's definitely, if you want to work with us on it, like that would be great. If that's something that you want to bring,
I would definitely love to
the meeting, then that's great too.
Sure. Yeah, I would definitely love to get involved on this topic. I think this is something that is needed, and we will hopefully be able to put something together. So I could provide you my email or email the appropriate afterwards, so we can correlate on that. Just as an idea, I know that the curbside is, in theory, sounds easy to implement, but hard in the logistics from what I've heard, because as you guys already know, that if people don't recycle, we would see a large fee associated with that, which is an unexpected cost. So maybe not curbside, but at least being able to have maybe open hours for anybody in the township to be able to recycle. So at least it can be monitored. So if someone isn't recycling correctly, that can be addressed then and there. So we're not necessarily seeing an unforeseen cost. I know my old township in New Jersey did that as well, that they would have operation hours where you could pull up do your recycling and then be on your way. And I feel like that would be easier to monitor because you could have like a camera to look at license plates potentially, or to verify that you are from Wakefield or something like that, if that is something that is of a concern that people from other townships are coming to our municipality. But yeah, I would definitely be happy to discuss and to brainstorm different solutions to bring recycling to multi-unit apartments.
So currently the pit on Haunt Street does offer cardboard recycling for all residents. So you can go whenever the pit's open, anybody can go and recycle cardboard there. So that's like, you know, something that is open to everybody, even you know, renters. But again, it's only when the pit's open, and that's only seasonal, unfortunately. In the wintertime, the DPW was offering cardboard recycling like during Christmas. So they're trying to get that more year round for everybody, which is great. But other things, like, it's really up to the landlord to supply the recycling service. So DPW wouldn't, you know, they're not able to serve any units, I think, over 4 buildings over 4 units. So that's really what the bylaw they were trying to change in the town meeting, was to change that, the DPW to service the bigger units. But I know that that's pretty costly for the DPW to undertake. So that's why we're kind of going the other route of, you know, working with the building owners and the landlords to, you know, offer that to their residents themselves, because really it's kind of against the law not to recycle. Yeah.
Well, I would definitely love to talk to you guys a little bit more on this. I don't want to hold down the meeting in your proceedings, but sounds like you guys have done quite a lot as is. So I think what would be most efficient is I can get up to speed at a later point. But it was good talking to you.
Yeah, I mean, maybe for our next meeting in July, we could maybe focus, like, have a brainstorming session on this and focus on this topic.
Sure, that sounds awesome.
For you? Okay. Do you want to, I don't know how we get your email address. Do you want to email the ESC email address and with your email address?
Sure, yeah. It's on
our website.
Okay. I will find the contact email and then I'll let you know.
Okay, awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks for your comments. Thank you. Okay. So the rest of the agenda it's not too lengthy this week, but the next item we have up is the recycling event this weekend. So Melissa, I got a number of boxes from Tiana, so I think we should be good with that. She also gave me the like general event bag of goodies, so we can put stuff up if we want. I might need to hitch a ride with you over there. Is that okay if I come down to your place to drive over together?
Well, you're gonna have all the stuff, right?
Yeah, I'll bring it.
You're gonna carry it?
Well,
I could come pick you up.
okay. I can let you know. I'll email you so that we can exchange cell phone numbers.
Okay.
I just have to coordinate the car situation with my husband. So I might not need it, but it might be easier if we travel together.
Did she give you the so she gave you the tablecloth? Did she give you like the styrofoam box and like that?
I don't know. No, I don't. She gave me the whole bag of things. I don't think the styrofoam box. I can get it from her if you want to include that in the display, because I'm seeing her basically every day this week. Our kids are at the same camp.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to have the, like, I created this like a million years ago, like this little box thing that has the plastic utensils and like the bylaw, and then like the styrofoam box, it has information about that bylaw.
Yeah, I remember it.
That makes sense to have that at this kind of event.
Okay.
if she
All right,
has.
I'll make sure that she might have put it in the bag. I'll double check, and if not, I'll just get it from her.
I mean, you would notice if there's a set of.
Yeah, I don't think it's in there because I know what you're talking about, and I don't
It's
think it's
pretty
in the bag.
big.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's in the bag. So I'll just get that from her
Okay.
before Saturday. So
all
they
those-
provide us with a table, right? We
Yeah.
didn't have to organize anything there.
Table and
Okay.
chairs. Yeah.
Okay.
And she gave you like all those signs to.
Yeah, all the signs and stuff and like the plastic, display cases.
Okay.
So yeah, hopefully we get some folks dropping off things. I think we have enough boxes, but
Yeah, I'm
we'll
wondering
make
if we
do.
need 2 tables, so one for the sports equipment, one.
I don't know. I feel like the boxes can go on the ground next to the table.
Or
Okay,
underneath
so
it.
people would just throw the stuff in the boxes. Okay,
I'm sorry, say that again.
so people would just throw their stuff in the boxes,
I
basically.
would think so. Yeah. I mean, I guess like we could do a cursory check and like, do we reject things if they're just not like up to stuff? I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah, you reserve the right to
Yeah,
use
yeah.
anything that you feel like is, either broken or,
Yeah.
really dirty or anything like that.
All right. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I hadn't really thought about the rejection part of it. We're not taking your stuff.
Keep it very objective and just,
I mean, we did
Yeah.
say on the sign, like all the promotion that like only, not, good condition and not
Yeah.
dirty or worn, like
Yeah, it's true. We did.
horribly. What was I gonna say? So I can make like signs if we want to like put them on the boxes to say
Okay.
like equipment swap.
Okay, sure. That'd be great. We might have some, I'll check the bag again. There might be some of the flyers in there too I know we had one at the farmer's market that we could also just
Well,
put on,
just like some like I'm just gonna like
just print out like equipment drop off. Yeah, that's easy.
just so it's like clear because it's kind of like that flyer is great for like information, but like just to say like
At a
here is the box to put
Right.
your stuff.
Yeah,
Basically.
that's perfect. Sounds good.
I'm out of town this weekend, but I have a very big bag of batteries that I want to include. So is that box going to be somewhere else after the event?
Yeah, so I'm gonna bring that. That's like the only thing I guess I'm bringing besides the signs that I just said. Yeah, I'm assuming we're not gonna fill it up.
Okay.
So, feel free to drop it at my house because
Oh, okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah, I can do
I'll
that.
probably end up with it, and then if it's not full, bring it to City Hall or Town Hall.
Okay.
Okay. Then I think we should be in decent shape for the weekend.
How many boxes did she give you?
There's probably like 4 or 5, but they're mostly collapsed, so I'll have to bring some tape so we can put
Okay.
them back together. But I would think it would be enough unless we're just totally bombarded with stuff, in which case I can just make some nice piles and then put them in my trunk. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else for that. Hopefully, is the weather cooperating with
Yeah, I
us?
was gonna say, like, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna need a tent. It looks like it's only for 2 hours and
Yeah.
the weather doesn't look like it's gonna be super hot and sunny. So
No, it doesn't. It looks cloudy and 75. It's not bad.
yeah.
Okay, great. And then for the August 3rd swap day, is there any other prep we need to do at the moment for that? I can't remember what the times were. Was it just the entire span of this farmer's market or was it a certain
No,
window?
we did 11 to 1.
11 to
Okay,
1.
got it.
Yeah, so I put signs like all around town. I put there's like a kiosk thing right on the lake. Like
Mm-hmm.
I put a sign on both sides of that. And I think Jen McDonald's gonna put some signs up around the official town kiosks once it's closer to the event.
Mhm.
Cool.
With what Christina sent, like a big 11 by 17.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Yeah, I was looking the other day. It's not there yet, I don't think, but
Yeah, I think she usually posts it like closer
Yeah.
to
Like,
when the event is, so people don't forget.
yep.
Okay, then yeah, we should be in fine shape for that, and we'll have another meeting before that date anyway for any final details, but. Okay, then I don't think there's anything else for this event. The other item we had on here was the Repair Cafe, which we talked about revisiting kind of once we got this one under our belt. So I know we haven't quite gotten this one under our belt, but I put it on the agenda just in case we wanted to start talking about it, or we can also still table it until, after the August meeting potentially, after the swap. We're not quite ready to tackle it yet.
Yeah, I don't think we're ready to tackle it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm in the same boat as that. Yeah.
I agree. I don't have much more to say about it, so I don't think we're ready.
Yeah.
In that case, are there any matters unanticipated? I wasn't sure if there were any final things from the school year to chat
Yes,
through.
we collected like a ton of food at the last day of school
That's
from
awesome.
like all the schools. I even just at Walton I collected, and it was like they filled like my whole car for like
Wow.
Walton.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
great. Yeah.
And then Cheyenne collected from like all the other schools. Like she had to do like 5 trips to
Oh
the
my gosh.
place in Malden. So I mean, we donated a ton of food, which is great.
That is great. That's awesome. Do you know what the status is of the program in the fall? Or I think I had thought she was looking for some extra support or
Yeah, she is looking for extra support. I told her about this meeting, but I guess she couldn't make it. She started a nonprofit, so she's trying to kind of get some funds through that for some of the like materials, and I told her maybe she should try to hire some part-time help or something. So yeah, I think more to come on that, but
okay.
I'm hoping, she gets some help in the fall because she definitely needs it.
Yeah.
And I know that we did have a meeting with the Woodville principal before school ended, and Tiana had talked to him about this senior volunteer program that is going on in town. It's run by the senior center, I think. Basically to get some lunch help, some seniors to come in and do some lunch help in the cafeteria. Basically like similar to what we were doing, but like on a more like permanent basis. Because they just need, more monitoring, more help. They don't have a ton of help, and it's like the biggest school, so
Yeah.
it'd be good to get that set up.
What was the feedback on that? Like, what was his response?
He was definitely open to it. I think he had some questions that Tiana was gonna go back to the senior center and ask to get answers on, but he was definitely open to it.
Great.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, I think, yeah, I'm hoping that Cheyenne can get some more help for food rescue, and then as far as the other programs, Nathaniel Chines had trying to set up the recycling again at the Galvin. Unfortunately, he's leaving the Galvin, so I'm not really sure. He's passing the torch to another green team member, but
Yeah, I know he named a successor
yeah,
on the last call.
we'll see how that goes.
Mhm.
I've been trying to get in touch with Tim O'Brien. Successful. So
Gotcha.
I don't know how the summer is going to work.
Mm.
I don't think they're going to be in communication, but
Yeah, they're checked out a little, probably
but we'll see.
understandable.
Yeah, and also talking to Dustin O'Brien about the composting trays. We are composting them at the small elementary schools. I don't know if they've been getting the same trays the whole time, but it's less like turnover there, so
Mhm.
hoping that they've been getting the right trays. Woodville, there's more turnover because it's a bigger school, so they refill their supply more often. So, but the bigger issue there is really just getting more compost bins.
Mhm.
And we talked to the principal there about the janitor and whether we could give them a thank yous gift or something, or what we could do to entice him to help us a little bit more. But I don't know what's gonna happen there. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is just trying to get the funds and the ability to have more compost bins at Woodville. And so, but we would also have the tray thing. So it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
At the festival by the lake, I think I brought this up at our other meeting, but the kids who came by for the composting, it was just so awesome to see that trickle down effect of them doing composting in schools and them coming over and like knowing exactly what goes in there and using it without thinking twice. And then, you have adults coming over knowing, what do I put in here? What can I put in here? And it was just, I don't know, it was really meaningful to me just to see the work that we've done in this group, to kind of see that the kids were all just knew exactly what to do. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was just like second nature to them. They just went over and took their food and put it right in. So it was great. So we're doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to add Dolbear
Yeah, same.
to the list next year.
I can email him because I think we were saying to revisit in the fall once we figured out the compost tray situation, just so we can have worked out.
I mean, I think before emailing him, I really want to talk to Tim because I don't want to, add, get people excited and then we don't have the budget.
Totally.
So yeah, I just
No, hold off until
the
green light. And then I know they needed help. Like, I don't know if the senior citizen, that option can be at other schools as well, but that was the main deterrent for composting over at Dolbear, was they just didn't have the power to the help, I guess.
Mhm.
Do they have parent volunteers coming?
I think so, but it's not very regular.
Yeah.
It's usually just one or two people who either work for the school or volunteer, but I didn't really see that many parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's kind of sporadic at all the schools.
Yeah.
I've never seen any in Woodville.
Woodville, yeah. I mean, Greenwood, I've seen them. They're
Greenwood and Walton, I've seen them.
Yeah, and Walton. I haven't seen Dolbear maybe once or twice, but not really.
Yeah. Well, you were there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the only, I know. But
So yeah, I don't know if maybe August people will be in more communication. And we already set a date with Woodville to start kind of the whole program again there. I think it was like September 9th or something.
to restart.
The week after, I think school starts the week after Labor Day or the week of Labor Day.
Yeah, sounds right.
He
Thursday.
just told us to come in September 9th, which is the Monday after Labor Day. So I'm thinking like that week will probably be like going into all the schools to
Yep.
kind of teach the kindergartners and refresh all the other students, make sure, I mean, I'll go in beforehand to make sure we have all the supplies we need and everything, all the signs are good. But yeah, I think that week we'll probably have to go into lunch.
Mhm.
I talked to, I think, Tiana about this, but what are your guys' thoughts? Again, brainstorming out loud here, but I work in a couple different schools and I was like, what about if, like, let's say the kindergarten goes first for, lunch or whatever, and you give them like, kids have so many different jobs, like they're like line leaders one day, they sweep the classroom one day. I was like, what if I can like envision like a lanyard and it's like compost, whatever. And the teacher at the beginning of the day is like, okay, Christina, it's your day, it's your turn. And I have to, or the kid has to roll out the compost bin. It's like their responsibility. They go in, they roll it out, they put it there. They're like kind of in charge, or give them something like that so that
Yeah.
at least it's getting out there. Kids are excited about it. They each get a turn, or like, I mean, obviously I'm just throwing this out there, but I was like, kids are the ones who are excited about it. They know what to do. I was like, I don't know, like adults seem to be a little more inconsistent. The kids are all there. So I was like, is there a way to use them at least to be able to help?
Yeah, well, at Woodville, Tiana's son was rolling the food rescue cooler out.
That's what I
So,
mean. Like, I think my son would roll it out in Dolbear any day. He's like happy to.
and I know that like the older kids are the ones that empty it at the end of lunch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So I mean, they are involved.
Yep.
They do have some jobs. Yeah,
Oh,
I think,
nice idea.
yeah, we could maybe
I don't know
help.
how we can, obviously with the logistics of it, but I was like, they're all there. They all know
Yeah.
what to do. They're the excited ones.
Right.
Make
It
them feel
almost
important.
sounds like something to work with the individual teachers around on.
Exactly. I was like, if there's a kindergarten teacher
Yeah.
that we could work with that just
Yeah.
cares about the issue maybe, and then
Yeah.
something like that. Just as another way in to kind of figure out how we can keep this going.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Did they get emptied every day at the schools? I'm not sure. The compost bins.
They get emptied from the cafeteria into the bigger bin.
Okay. Yeah, the only hiccup I could think of is if it was like not empty and the kid spills it or something.
Right.
I'm pulling it out, but
Right.
kindergartners spill, it happens.
Yeah, right.
But if it's a fresh bin every day, that's not really an issue. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think with like the trays, it's just a bit more also.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And like at Woodville, the janitor just brings in like the huge bin, rolling bin. He doesn't even bother with the small ones.
Right. So they fill up quick with the trays.
Right. Yeah.
Well, Woodville, they're not even doing trays. He just doesn't want to transfer the bags over.
From the small to the big. I got you. Okay.
Because he's afraid they're gonna break. So he just brings in the big one.
But why? I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? Like, why not just use the big one?
It's kind of disgusting, and
it just gets gross.
Yeah, it gets really gross, and also like, yeah, the liner, the bin liner will like break sometimes.
Oh yeah, that is gross. That gets gross fast. The liner breaks.
Mm-hmm.
It's also tough to like fish stuff out because it's so
Yeah. I've fished some things out of that Woodville one.
Yeah.
There too, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I think still work to do on the schools, but
The progress has been made, I think.
Yeah.
All right then, shall we set the date for our next meeting? We're into July. could do the 23rd or the 30th.
Let's see.
So the next CSC meeting is the 18th.
Yeah, if we could do the following week, maybe.
The 23rd.
The 23rd. I'm away on the 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah, the following week, if that's,
The
can do
30th.
I could do the 30th for sure, yeah.
Does that work for you, Melissa?
Yep, that works.
Okay, July 30th.
And do we want to add an agenda item just for what Chris brought up, the
Yeah, the
for the next meeting?
right, the brainstorm, July. Brainstorm, multi-unit
Multi-unit apartments with
Multi-unit
the
apartment, yeah.
recycling.
Yep. I like that. And we'll put that on there.
Okay.
Okay. I guess that is it. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, Melissa.
Yes.
Christina.
Yes.
I'm a yes as well. So we will adjourn at 8:03 p.m. Thank you all.
Okay.